Good afternoon, everyone, once again. What I want to say or add to what I've heard from you, I realize that sometimes about orientation, this orientation of a team is very, very critical. Because once you've given the space for a child, a lot of things comes in. For instance, our parents, they have integrity, they value their honor, they don't see anything negative about anybody's child, not to talk of their own child. They love their neighbor's child more than their own child. Because when I was growing up, more than 30, 40 people were living with us. The way my father took them abroad, he never took any of his child to school. He catered for them more than his own children. And today, they are well known in the society. These same people, they've forgotten who looked after them. So these are some of the issues that we normally say to our father, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Looking after people's children, forgetting about your own. But the good thing is, when we are angry with him, I came to realize that there are things that you pick in the front, in the future. He did not do it just, for his own. He did it for our own future too. It mustn't be them that he trained to come back to train us or to do something. But in another way, God, in his infinite mercy, will provide somebody that will replace him. So if that kind of people that we see, the likes of Saldana, the likes of Azikiwe, they never looked into their immediate family. They looked at the society as a whole. And mingling with the rich and the poor, if you see it nowadays, the gap is too much. When I was in secondary school, FGGC Bauchi, my friends were the daughters of senators, governors. Today, where can you see them? If the school is faulty or if there's anything, they will just tell, go and tell your dad, we need this in the school. And quickly, they will come. But now, where do you see them? They are taken elsewhere. The gap has already been created. The poor become the poorer, the rich become the richer. The ends justify the means. So now we need to have this strong love. I come to you not because you have anything to offer to me, but I have you give me something in return, I give you something, because it mustn't be money. I learned a lot from elders. As we are talking, I picked where I'm going to pick. I drop what I want to drop. So the most essential thing, I think, is let us not attach so many things that don't watch people with monetary value. Money, just get the value of what someone can offer to you mentally, physically, educationally, and otherwise. Thank you.
Okay, so for me, this is more or less of also reactions to some of the things and then moving way forward. Yeah. And I'd like questions are coming up, but I'm afraid, so don't continue to dig out the issues. And like I refer back to the introduction, Her Excellency was talking about what do we provide solution to this issue. The issues are many. And if you say politician, took the children away, they will also tell you that at that time, nobody goes and point to my children and say, go and kidnap her. It's the daughter of senator. But today, if you leave them within them, they will bribe somebody, a friend, to even go and do that. So all of this is an encompassable. So, but the issue of the youth, We are all here and we are the first set of people. We are the first set of people who talk, just like we have always said. We can't correct the society if we can't correct this society. Hear that? We can't correct the society if we can't correct this society. Let's search ourselves. Let's ask ourselves questions. Are we doing those things? Are we not standing up for somebody because he has come with a
Your
Lamborghini?
noise is inside.
Do we have that
Is that
skills?
or you go
Do we
outside?
have that
You
mind
choose
right
one.
now to respect people that have integrity? So when we talk about leaders, and I keep telling people, without fear of favor, our leaders are the citizens of the country are as corrupt as the leader. So we need to ask ourselves, including young people. During the elections, you want it. A man of integrity cannot stand for election. I'm not going to pay anybody. Talk about your future, talk about development, talk about infrastructure, and win election. It's not possible. So it starts from there. So you now want him to get there when he has practically went to borrow every available funds to prosecute an election, and then sit there and you say, you must start this road within 1 month. He will tell you, you forgot that this is business. It's a transaction. I already paid to get here. So I need to first recoup my funds before I can even think of doing anything for you. So the young people, our generation, the generation after us, right, must understand that if you are not good, you don't expect good. There's no call to talk about government. It's not doing well, council doing. No, we are too much. We have too much what we call entitlement mentality.
Yeah, we do.
We are talking about China. We are talking about England. We are talking about America. The young people are in the farm working. Yes, you tell me that Nigeria, we don't use cutlass and all. Yes, but less than 20% of Nigerian young people share interest in agriculture at all. So we start from here, and then we say there is food security. In the countries that have over 150 million young people, in the country that has over 80 million arable lands, in the countries that have 2 biggest of the rivers in Africa, tell me all of the things. Go to Kebbi. I always refer to Kebbi. I've been there, right? I've seen. In Kebbi, what I saw that the agriculture is driving the development, for example. Because there is rice farming, there is Wakot. I got it right? Wakot. There are other, agriculture value chain development companies springing up. And before you know it, some states will rely little or no on the federal government allocation to feed their people. But in Bayelsa, I'm saying in statistics point, there are 500 fish ponds established by government that no young person is working there. This is a state with water. So the young people must understand our problem, first foundation, so we have to correct it. How? We can't be talking here we're not impressing anybody here. We'll talk to, Adam can think, well, are we doing it? That's what it pains me about young people. So that's why I couldn't say that for the respect of Excellency, because when I want to talk to you, I'll first say you should clap for me. Because I know that by the time I finish talking, you will not want to clap. Because I want to talk about issues that affect all of us. Parenting, we are talking about, you go to social media, go to everywhere, you see young persons of 21, 18, carrying a baby in their laps and she's smoking, drinking alcohol, parenting. And then what do you expect to be of that child? And when we talk about parents, for me, I'm on the opinion that even the smartphone, are not meant for the children. But if you say that outside, they say this one is a local boy from Kwara, he doesn't even know. But still, you should not keep them. It's not about monitoring them. Don't even let them have access to it for now. Don't say because they learn, because the bad thing overweights the good thing there. It's controlling their children today. If you find out 3 years, 4 years, if you take phone from them, the way they are going to behave, you think that is their life. So, I have children that came from America, and what they are saying, if their mother take phone from them, they'll be shaking like they want to die. They'll be jumping up and down. I said, this is a problem. And you don't have access, mommy. You talk about community. You can see the people they are talking to at that time. Now, the people they are talking to, if you can see them physically, because they don't even, you see, a friend was making call, was trying to call somebody, and then they change the video they are talking. The lady just removed her shirts. And the guy said, well, you are naked. He said, oh, sorry, I forgot. You have forgotten that you are naked. Because you are high. So we are talking about issues, and we are talking about it. I've been working, for example, on drug abuse alone. Don't go there. It is not what we can discuss. So this has to do with psychology and mental health. You see somebody walking, you meet the person, you think it's normal. If you say good morning, he can slap you. It's high. He's looking at you like this, doesn't even know what you are saying. How do we solve those things? It's society, and it starts from all of us. So for me, as a part, I'm saying correcting this thing starts from us. I will keep saying that. If you are not working in that line, we are doing youth. For example, those of you that are driving youth organization, it can't be about how much I can get. This is not your job. We have to make impact. So many youth organizations in Nigeria today are just talk shop, looking for money from, even when you are praising youth council. I've been a member of youth council, that you are only patronizing them. They're not doing anything. I'm saying it for it's recorded. The National Youth Council is broken down. Azikwe, Awolowo, all of them started from the youth council that people don't know now. Nnamdi Azikwe was the first Nigerian to become Secretary General of Pan-African Youth Union. The second person to attain that age is Ben Dutoye, who became president of Pan-African Youth Union around 2005 or something thereabout. And you remember? So what have we used those things to do? We are forming political parties just to cause destruction. The young people are there for anybody to call you. The worst performing governors in Nigeria are the young ones. The senators that are young are throwing blows. So we are talking to ourselves that youth, what's about youth? That's entitlement mentality. We define Nigeria right now, a good Nigeria, a bad Nigeria. Whether you are youth or old, I'm no longer interested as a person. It is character-wise now. It is character-wise. So we must help this conversation by becoming good people. Not that when they post online, somebody will call and comment, see what this guy is saying. You that you are fighting everywhere. See this guy, you that you don't have a job. Yes, people can become desperate for money because we celebrate money above everything. Thank you. I will do 30 seconds more. Who do you celebrate?
There are some people that we are scared of Mike reaching their hand. Yes. They are sitting next to each other.
In churches, you get the front row if you are dressed well and you are driving Land Cruiser. They even give you a special place to park. That must stop. In the mosque, you become Grand Caddy or something because you have money. That should stop. We stand up for people in the seat and praise people because they have money. So if those things don't stop, people will not stop looking for money. So people will begin desperate. A man of integrity has no honor. So what am I using integrity for? So these are issues that I'm more concerned about than, why is it like this? We know why it's like that, and we must stop it. So if we can stop it as young persons, stop collecting money to vote for people, stop celebrating corrupt people, because corrupt is in quote, somebody you don't know the source of the wealth. You have not done anything. A young man will come here and flat everywhere. You say, that guy is a big boy. What big boy? So for me, it is about that. If we can correct ourselves, we can correct society. I'm ready. And thanks for the opportunity once again.
You want to add something, Haji?
I would love to make a correction on how. Just
some people that Mike should not go to their hearts.
All right. On the aspect of in the area of the rich not blending with the poor in our schools, I think
it's the system that.
And that's what I'm trying to. Now on that, I will shed a little light on that, and that's somehow a lot has changed. Times have changed. It's not the way it used to be in the 80s, in the 70s, even when I was not born. People can coexist. But I think some people who think they are poor, because I also think being poor is a state of the heart, is what you think. Some people who think they are poor, they feel the rich are the reason they are poor. And so sometimes the rich tend to give little space, give that gap, because they think you might harm them. Because it's as if my presence is intimidating you. So I have to stay where I will be with my pair. Do you understand? Like, in fact, I wouldn't want to go more on that. Then talking about I want to correct a little on that. No, of course. My brother, we were talking about, for the sake of recording and all that for people, so that we correct some little, not that in all, there's just one word that, maybe you used it wrongly, like, where in churches, if you are, because you have money, they will give you, they can give you, can even give you front row. Do you understand? But
That means you are
Grand Cardi. I'm not a Muslim, but I know a little. Grand Cardi is a position that you have to work for. Very well, not because of your money or your whatever you are. Are you getting me? You have to work to get to that. And so also you cannot just be a bishop, or there are some position, or be a pope or something without passing through those. So on that area, maybe if you're rich and that you can give you front row in the mosque, you can sit down
and then they will not preach what they're supposed to preach
maybe because
you are
position. Yes, your money can do some of those little things, but there are some of those positions. And then what I said about that rich and the poor, from my own observation over time, I think this is the reason.
I think let me address that issue of the rich and the poor in school. Sometimes she said, I think if I understand what she's saying correctly, she's talking about when we are growing up before, there is no private school. All the schools are the same. Then to the extent they started having unity school, then they started having federal government school, and I think the essence of the federal government then was to get people from the north, from the south, from the east to mingle together.
It's a community.
Kind of exchange program. They call it so that they would learn each other's culture and then there will be unity in the country. I think that's the essence of most of these unity and federal schools. I think that's my own thinking. The reason why now is most of the people, a lot of people don't want to teach in school. If they call you a teacher, people look down on you. The salaries are not good. And then they decided to start having private school. The private school pay more. Even now. No, they pay more. Kanalan. If people take their children to private school because they are getting the best of education. Now, back to what he said earlier on, he talked about most of the schools are dead. If you go, some government schools are much better than some private schools. And I can remember when we were growing up, at the schools we went through, you learn one skill acquisition. You all come out with one skill acquisition. You have to learn. You either do home economic or you do home management for the women. And for the men, is either you learn how to sew hula, or you learn how to do barbering, or you learn mechanic, or you learn carpentry. You must have one skill acquisition that you come out with. That's at the secondary level. It's a compulsory subject. I learned that history too is back. So these are things that we are missing. And before, it's not about what you get because you are teaching a child. It's about the experience, the satisfaction and the joy. Nowadays, people are working because they feel they have to work. There is no joy in that work. When we are doing something, we are even doing it as if we are being forced to do that thing. And even the youths now will tell you that if I do this job, what am I gaining out of it? They are not doing it because they have to do it. He's now talking about KB and KB Rice. I remember when they start this KB rice, whether it's called lake rice.
Yes.
I remember when they started the program of this KB rice, a lot of people are thinking, why is the governor asking people to go back to farm? And a lot of them were thinking he's trying to make money with that, out of it. And the good thing the governor did then was he allowed them to be selling the product directly to those that want to buy. The state government were not involved. The loan they gave you, the committee that they said, pay back that loan to them. During lockdown, when everybody was saying that people should not go out, the people told the governor that how can we not go out when we are always in the farm? He said, I'm not putting lockdown to you people. Make sure you go and do your farm. They were working during that time. I can give you an example of a youth I know. He was a nuisance in their community, right? So I asked a chairman of that local government, which I'm not going to mention which local government. I asked him, you people should give this person a land. Give him a set seedlings and whatever he needs for him to farm. And I turned and I looked at him. I called 2 security officers and I said, this guy, they are going to give him something. If he sells these things, you people should lock him up and throw away the key. We were talking about people that are on drugs. He was really on a drug. He's really high. When I mean nuisance, you know who I'm talking about. This guy, and I said, you must look after that farm. Do you know that this boy now have stopped taking that drugs? He is farming. He and his boys, they sleep on that farmland, guarding their crops. He went and returned the money that was given to him. And the chairman was telling him, no, you need to pay half, then you pay. He said, no. I've sold my crop. I've made my money. Take your money so that mama will not make sure that security catch me. Do you get what I'm saying? He now built a house. He bought a land and built a house. He is now married. He even went for Hajj with that his rice money.
Wow.
He has changed his life. So when we are talking about solutions, the little we do help. We don't have to say we have to change at once. We cannot say we are changing people completely or because this person is on drugs, we distance ourselves with him. Or this person is a thief. We know he steals. Anything that happens in the community, they know is this person that do. We are scared of him. What are we doing to communicate to that person? How do we help that person? How do we see that person through? We're talking about drugs. We're talking about schools. We're talking about kidnapping. We're talking about what are we doing to help those people that are doing such things? Now that's the question I'm asking. All we have been doing is complain. What is the solution? We are not talking about solution. We're just talking about complaints. From the beginning, I talked about what is the solution we are going to do. If we are talking about you as youths, what are you taking out there? Youth leaders here, what are you people taking out there? What are you helping people with? What are the solutions you people are trying to achieve?
Let me chip in. This is the challenge. Madam has thrown the challenge once. Like she said, we'll be talking of challenges, problems, and so on and so forth. So now, what are the solutions? I think as a community development partner or person, I think we need a very serious sensitization, advocacy, and serious mentorship. Because, youth, like we keep talking, they are the partners of every development, Anywhere in the world, they are the partners. So when they are well monitored, well empowered, let me use the word, though the system has been bad, the system has been rotten, yeah. So what can we do to bring solution to all these problems? So I think there's the serious installation is there. I think as your organization, as a youth advocate organization, I think we need to come up with a very serious sensitization and training and mentorship if that one will work. I know at Malfai Foundation, we'll be doing a lot of things in regards to that. We have a lot of skill acquisition programs. We have a lot of back to school enrollment. We have a lot of sensitization on drugs. So I think we need to come up with a strategy, maybe between Malfai Foundation and your organization, to see how we can bring a roadmap to do the little we can. I know we've done a lot in the past 10 years. Done a lot. So what strategy are we bringing so that we can?
Well done. Thank you, Your Excellency. You have spoken and your questions are clear. To me, as a leader, we have been working. In fact, when it comes to how do we bring solution to the challenges we are facing today, I have been saying this and I'll continue to say it. Most of the problems we fail to understand where our parents or our grandparents, in those days, the population wasn't much like this. Today, we are over 200 million in Nigeria today, and the population is high. Well, we have touched the issues, the problems from maybe home upbringing, how parents train their children. But today, we have pointed out one of the challenge, social media, where the Western people brought out to us, where we are having phones, smartphone, Android and the rest. We need to sensitize the youth. Instead of wasting your time on social media without making anything, why not engage yourself in something that you can be doing that can bring money to you? You bring it to the social media, sell it, and it will give you money. There are some people that they are making money through that. Like now, there are some people that are into farming. They advertise their products or their produce via social media. And people contact them abroad and also at home to buy the product or the produce. But when the youth don't understand this, becomes a problem. And I have been saying this, until we train the youth to understand that even with your farm, if you go to farming, you have your smartphone or you have an Android phone, you can use that. Snap, is it dankali? Is it doya? That's yam, potato, tomato, pepper. You can snap it and say, this is what I got this time around.
Digital marketing.
And in fact, before you know, people will start calling you, bring it for me, send it to me. And somebody said about integrity and honesty. And when the youth do not have this, there are some people that you send them the money at the end of the day, start telling you a story. Send me the goods, and taking over 3 months, you have not seen the goods. So that integrity must come back in the life of the youth. When that integrity and honesty is no longer there, my brother, no matter how you want to advertise your produce or your product, nobody will buy.
So how can we bring it back?
That's what I'm saying. By saying that you said something to sensitize youth. And this has to be community by community. There's a program we wanted to hold last year, but we couldn't hold it because of challenges. You know, when we come, we have village heads, traditional rulers, maybe Meangwa, you know, and also Idekechi, and, you know, head, district head. If we can be able to get to these people, they know, you know, we should not just say, oh, we are empowering all the youth, but you as Meangwa or head district, you know the youth that they are giving problem in those communities. We want the troublesome youth point out, bring their names to us. And this is what we wanted to start working last year. But we're going to do that before April, to ensure that these youth are being empowered, being, you know, being teach the way how you can from leave your problem, come and learn something, and you can make something out of that. Better than that problem that you're causing in that community. And there are some youth that when they start, maybe a child will start having, stealing something in the community small. Maybe he enters somebody's house, get the generator out, like what happened last year in my community in Bauchi. They said a child went to somebody's house, left everybody. I mean, when after everybody has left house, went to the house, somebody's house, break the house, and collected about 2 bags of grains. Went and sold it. And some went to the community where solar, the place, I mean, fixed a solar in the community. Went and stole the solar in the community. Went to another community, sold the solars. So you can see this is the problem. We can now come back. We still have a work to do from the communities where those troublesome youth must be fished out so that they can educate them.
I have a suggestion. You know, we need role models. And we are all embodiment of good, bad, and ugly. It's what you feed that he becomes. But I would suggest that farmer, why not make a documentary on him? Let him stand as a role model to others. That if him can stop what he's doing to become a better person, others will. That's my suggestion.
You know, with that, let me answer that. What do you call it? For us to do such things, we need his permission. Some people don't want their past to be known.
No, but can convince him.
No. You have to respect people's privacy.
Okay, now, I think we need to, in the way of finding solution now, we need to think of what our country can do for us. Like, we need to stop thinking on what our country can do for us and start thinking on what...
That's what I was like.
No. And start thinking of
it's not what your country can do for you, it's what you can do for your country.
At the course of the discussion, we have had... people raise issue of entitlement mentality. You know, that my country must do this for me, must give you everything. Now, what else can you do? What can you do for your own country? You know, by the time we start thinking in that direction, you see that this problem, there are people that God have actually blessed in society that even within their immediate environment, there are 2-3 persons that can help to change or empower, but they cannot do it, or they refuse to do it. So, and these are little things, you know, we can do to bring about these changes we want to see in the society. You just have the story you have given us. You have succeeded in changing the life of that young man. The young man now, there are individuals that are benefiting from his own success as we speak. So if you have 2-3 persons like that in the community that are doing same in their own various places, I think with time, in the space of 5-10 years, we should be able to begin to see all of these changes. And also in the advocacy, we need to talk about, giving, how will I put it, ultimate value on money. That we should begin to see how to celebrate people with integrity and good morals, and keep money aside. And even this sensitization we are talking about, it will shock you to see that by the time you try going about galvanizing youth to educate or sensitize, they'll be asking you, what is the financial benefits? Like, by the time I come there, what will I get? And if they discover there will be no 5 naira there, it will be only talk. You will not see them. So you see, our money is not all of these things. And the issue of the discrepancy between the poor and the rich in our education, it also springs from money. Because when the rich begin to see that even the teachers that are coming to teach in the government schools, they are not happy doing it, maybe because the remuneration is not enough, then issue of private schools begin to set in to be more standard. Even if it is expensive, I have the money. Let me give my child the best. And you see, they begin to separate the poor from the rich, And today, even as a teacher, you want to go and get married, to shock you to say that, teacher, now I won't give wife. You don't have money, but they don't want to know what is your character and what is, your integrity. But since that financials, whatever is not there, they'll be scared of dealing with you. So these are the sensitization we need to do. And in doing this, we need to hold the National Orientation Agency closely. Their support will go a long way to begin to give the orientation. Thank you.
She's carried away.
Thank you very much. Great talk from all of us. I must applaud our sense of discipline. I am coming from the psychological angle. I must applaud our sense of discipline to still know that there are people who speak the truth and accept the truth for what it is. Thank you very much, sir, to you especially, because...
So you're clapping for him.
He hit the nail in the head. And when we speak about solution, let me take us down to a subject I know as emotional blackmail. A lot of us today are possessed with the ability, strong ability, to emotionally blackmail people. So, mommy, coming from you, when you said you had an issue with your kid and she asked, you don't love me?
Yeah, I don't have a 4-year-old.
Okay. So, it's outright emotional blackmail. To know your reaction, the reaction you give to her, that is where she will lay her pedestal to roll. And psychologically, we know that the character of a child is built between the ages of 4 to 11. So anything a child becomes is learned within this 4 to 11. In Western communities, they say it's 3 to 9, but I'm speaking for we Africans, right? Let us really go back and ask ourselves, how are we emotionally blackmailing people? It's very, very common. Emotional blackmail now leads to lack of authenticity. When you lack authenticity, you become demoralized in so many ways. So for you now to gather yourself because society needs you, you become who you are not. Let's go back to the case of the farmer. That young man could have been into drugs because he doesn't have what it takes to cultivate his passion. Because I tell you as a psychologist, if his passion is not towards agriculture, he would have eaten your money, left the town, disappeared into thin air. When we talk about passion. Now we were supposed to be a 10-man delegate for this team. But we came as 4 persons. Why? Because I would say that most of us don't have passion for what we do. Now, lack of passion now brings it back to the monetary valuation. Because when you are not passionate about something, you now look towards the gain. And that is what almost all of us do today. We work because of the money, not because we are passionate about it. So, if I must say, 75% of our body content is fluid. And I can tell you that our fluid in our bodies holds the greatest parts of our emotion. That is why I mentioned emotional blackmail. So when your fluid is corrupted based on traumatic experience, just like death, someone just woke up and they heard their mom is dead. I don't know how he is feeling right now, but we should understand that death is inevitable. When you have that understanding, it comes immediately and it doesn't weigh you down. But when you expect something that is more delusional than reality, that is when it weighs you down. So someone calls me now and say my mom is dead. I wouldn't even feel anything because I know it will eventually happen.
You will. If you say your mother is, you will. You will.
She's a psychologist. So,
No, sure. No, she will. She will, but it's, she will feel, no, she will feel that pain. So let me say something, No.
You have to be ready for anything.
No, what I'm trying to say is,
It's not hard.
It is very humble, you know that you think you are ready, but you are not.
You can never be ready for that. Yeah. But she, as a psychologist, they have a place they place their mind at a particular time. Mind might be somewhere. So if they announce a threat to her, you understand? She will accept it that way because that mind is somewhere. As a psychologist, if you place your mind emotionally where it is, and then they tell you your mother is dead, you will lose it at that point.
No. I disagree. I know you will feel, even as much as she says she's going to.
She's giving theory.
Yeah. So no. I pray it happens to you.
No.
Wait. Let me land. I pray if it's going to happen to you, let it happen to you when you are stable.
Your state of mind.
Yes, because no matter what your profession is, no matter what it is, a mother is a mother, a parent is a parent, a child is a child. There is this bond that you just say, I know, I understand what you're saying. You can control yourself. You can control your emotions. You cannot go around. I know what you're talking about. You're not talking about people that will go and be screaming and be. killing themselves on the street. That's what you're talking about. Of course, you will feel the pain. You're a human being. Of course, you will shed a bit of tears, but you will control it. That's what you are trying to explain. The reason why I say I disagree, because I know people, maybe on the comment, a lot of people will say, no, no, that's not what you're trying to say. That's why I said we disagree with you on this topic. We need you to explain it better.
Fine. Thank you very
I wanted to
much.
say something. What I understand by what she said is that she believes in that everybody is nobody is immortal. So she believes that when the news is broken to her that her mother died, he can accept that because it's practical thing. Everybody can die. It's not about the emotional context. Emotional context can be different thing, but you can accept the reality that a person can die as a human being. Everybody can die. So I think that's the aspect he's talking about. Not the emotional.
I was watching something today on TikTok, a press conference, and the man came in. I think he's the chief press. He came in and he told them that, I'm sorry, I came in late. My wife just died. And then he continued with his, and all the media there was like, excuse me, you said your wife died? He said, yes. How did she die? He said, yeah, death is inevitable. We have a great country to serve, to do this, to do that. And everybody was like, what happened? She had an accident. Who is who? This person is here. That person. He said, at the end of the day, he said, I would, if there is anything I would love, is to crush down and cry. And if I can recall very well, I was looking at him. You could see him blank.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I have a job to do. I have to do the job. Then I will deal with this thing later.
So
Yeah, he's not there.
so
Even when the press, he said, okay, I'm just collecting one more question about the death of my wife, and then we'll continue with the program. I was like, okay, no, this one is not normal. You can't say someone, your children, one broke their leg, one did this, one is in coma, and you are just doing your job. To me, I was like, why in the first place did they even allow him to hold this press briefing? It's either two things. It's either they feel if he doesn't do this job, he will come. Yeah. No, not the one with that. No, the guy will be not normal. He's looking for, it's like he's not facing the reality of what is going on. He wants to, he's looking for something that he will live.
that's so how long?
So that's exactly what you're saying.
Not be mentally stable. No. I'm telling you, the importance of the job first.
And the society.
That one was first the importance of his job.
But is he the only one that have to do that job? If you are a priest,
He has to protect.
No.
The job continues.
Yes.
It will continue.
That's what I'm saying. If you are a
As
chief,
long as he's alive, the integrity and you have to protect that job.
no. See.
Ask him very well. He will not be happy doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Not that he's happy.
He's not happy. Yeah, and that's why he came to the press conference telling whoever is listening, okay, now I just lost my wife, and then he continued to deliver whatever he's there to deliver. And then the next question came, how they died in an accident. You know, he's just trying to protect his job. And that is what we need in this country. How many of us are willing
To make sacrifice.
to make sacrifice? Every day we talk. Every day, everyone has integrity. You come with your own self-integrity. This one, if you are given an opportunity to hold an office, 3 weeks, we want to see. Will you be able to hold that office? Right?
You want to see what?
To see how far.
Result.
Result. Because all of us in Nigeria today, everybody in Nigeria, when you talk, it is how far, it's blame, it is what, but given that opportunity.
You know,
The ability of a man can never be measured until it's tested.
you know.
John, back to our discussion.
So let's go
back to our discussion. I think what our sister here was trying to show us. We need serious mentoring psychologically, right?
Yeah.
That is the point there. Yeah. So I think you made up your point. So
Yes,
Who is next?
Okay.
I thought we have ever seen that.
You said
Finish speaking.
Yes.
no.
Don't the contribution.
I think the contribution emotionally and psychologically within mentorship.
I've mentioned like 2 issues, which constitute like let's say 50% of the solution. We identify the problem lies with our foundation and also the influence of social media. So what we need to do is just to turn the tide, go back to our foundation, do the right thing. From the family, parenting, we have to do the right thing. And when things got wrong like this, sometimes virtually each and every one of us, whether immediate or extended family, we have case scenarios to present. So sometimes the solution cannot be from the immediate family. It can be from the neighbor. That's the role of the community. And when the family and the community come together, they do the right thing by counseling, by mentorship, then the society will be better for us. And it will be easier also for government to make policies that will safeguard such kind of cases of drug abuse, because government also has a role finally. But the foundation is very important, because without policy and regulation at the end, because this thing is coming from somewhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, the government have made policy on drugs.
Enforcement.
They are trying.
The enforcers are part of the problem too.
They are trying to do that, but are we helping them to do that?
That's why I started with our role first. Mm-hmm. When we do the right thing, then it will make it easier. The government role will just follow and everything will fall into order.
So on this, the right thing, they say charity begins at home, right? Recently, something happened in Kano. If somebody read the story, there is community clash of this endeavor and between this community and this community. But because the parents are not doing their job, even the communities that are not helping the matters, you see a boy that is carrying weapon, harming someone, the police will arrest him, the community will go and bring him.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
You get it? Even the drug dealers, you see in some communities, I'm saying it in Kano, I know that in some communities in Kano, you see a drug dealer, the community knows him, they know his corner, they know everything, but when they arrest him, the community and the parent will go there. So charity begins at home. We have to do our homework. I think that is where the problem is. See, in Nigeria, we have the best policies.
We cannot do as a parent.
I don't know how that microphone.
Can I have a minute with your microphone, please?
I
didn't. I want to get
like this.
No, it can come back to you.
Do your own.
Come back.
We're almost rounding up. David is telling us time.
What I'm hearing now is rhetoric. All these are repeated questions. They are repeated solution. Mm-hmm. You have a very distinguished privilege now of talking to somebody who is very, very important in the society. Are you getting me? And then you guys happen to be one of the strongest groups and leaders we have right now among the youths, we want you to come out with a very unique solution and something that it will be immediately implemented. The government will hear, the society will pick from it. We don't want, because these are issues we repeat. Even from the meeting I'm coming from, it's the same issues. Discussion. So what are the solutions? Not even the solution, all the solution that you have given, if Habibu will go back to his book, he has it already. Give us something outstanding, uniquely, that we can implement. And if the next group come, we'll use it in our discussion.
The four of them sitting down there, they can talk. Their talk no the end.
Auntie Aisha, thank you. But what I want to say is that, even from the top to the bottom, almost all the programs, the meetings, it's a repeated solution, talks. The issue is the implementation of it. So the issue is that all these repeated solutions and whatever, it will be said and it keeps on coming, going. But those in the helms of affairs, are they really ready to implement it? That's everybody, are they ready?
There are a lot of things that
That's the first question. Because if you could remember, the Arewa consultative forum that we went, the Sultan himself said he is even tired of talking. It's a repeated issue. The problem is, are we ready to implement it? Are the governors ready to implement it? Those in the helm of affairs, are they ready? If they are ready, fine. What Habibu is saying, I come from the judiciary. There are a lot of cases that it has to do with the well-known children in the society. When it comes to conviction or anything, they will come. They will not allow it. But look at the people that are in jail now. Some just
very
little thing, trivial thing that because they don't have anyone to say for them or to bail them out, they are now rotting 3 months, 4 months, until maybe they have a judicial pardon or CJ goes around the prison, say, okay, let me pay your fine, let's pardon this guy. So what is the issue? It is top to bottom, not bottom to top. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll take from that part. I think from what she said, we're talking of solution. And we have to break down solution. We have to domesticate solutions in the case of looking for solution. Addressing issues. I don't know if we have taken issues 1, 2, 3 we have talked about. But for example, we talk about drug abuse. We have talked about other things. I personally and through organization, we have done a lot of research on drug abuse. We have engaged the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We have engaged National Primary Care Development Agency. We have engaged Ministry of Health. The issue of drug abuse is of 2 ways. No, I wasn't sleeping. No. Okay. The first is about addressing the menace among drug use disorder, those who are already suffering from drug use disorder. And the second part of it is, prevention. So there is what we call National Drug Control Master Plan that has what we call DPTC, which is Drug Prevention, Treatment and Care. We have to take one. For example, if MAPA were taking it up, I have privilege to present also, I think I mentioned to our people sometimes, even we took it to go and present to the wife of the governor of Northern Nigeria, because the issue of drug abuse, I did that in Gombe about 3 or 5 months ago there. The issue of drug abuse is prevalent more in the north, though in the statistics, Lagos is the highest because alcohol is categorized as drug. But in the sense of drug itself, Berlin, codeine, all of it is in the north. Also, not generally. It will shock you that in our research, drug is prevalent in Gombe among women than the youth. So there are critical issues. We have roadmap, we have recommendations. If we are taking up that part, we can sit. Maybe with the young people, with the, you two, let's sit down and say we want to focus on this. Look at the roadmap we have. We already have license from the NDLEA, from National Primary Care Development, from Ministry of Health, even from the Nigerian police, because we have done all of this. So that's one hand. Solutions. We have that on ground. We can pick it up. If we want to take Jaga local government, or we want to take Okiaro, want to take as a pilot, it has to be done. And we can't just go into everywhere. It has to take a small quantity. And this will attract, of course, the interest of the United Nations, the World Health Organization, National Office on Drug and Crime, UN Office, and all the rest of them. So that is one solution in this. And we can plan it here and execute. One. Two, in the issue of engaging young people, I do hand is a devil workshop. So if you say that, then it means that the larger population of Nigerian youth are devil workshops. So, and that's why you can see the devil of banditry, you see the devil of robbery. So it's not hidden. So what do we do is engagement. In China, a larger population of youth are engaged in agriculture. As it is today, China can feed the whole world. It has from somewhere. In Ukraine, also in, if not because of their war, same thing. In America is making more than $1 trillion in agriculture annually. But in Nigeria, it is only less than 20% of the youth share interest in agriculture first.
Yeah.
So they have seen agriculture as the last thing that I do when I don't see job. In China, it's the first thing
they see.
Do you understand? Because it's about feeding. We are all here struggling, looking for money because we want to feed. That is the first thing. You can't do without food. So a country we have. So what is the solution here? For me, like I said, I have farms now. I have in Karishi, I have in Buhari. I'm even looking for people who know how to do fish, farming very well, because I'm concentrating on poultry and fish, right? I will accommodate them if they know it very well, not somebody that wants to come and try. I'm not ready to invest, So it's a solution here. So when we see young persons that are ready, we accommodate them, we put them in the farm, we monitor them, to do all of that. Secondly, I wrote to the government, solution. I wrote to the federal government. I dropped a proposal about engaging young people in agriculture. So the government approved it. And the project is running now, called the Green Money Project. More than 500,000 young Nigerians applied for it. You can check online, see Green Money Project, the greenmoneyproject.ng. Let the young people go there.
You see, that's the problem. A lot of young people don't even know this thing exists.
Okay, so Mom, I'm going to respond. We can't do enough. We can't do, but it's continuous. I'm using this platform now to still talk about it. I've been on radio, for example. I've been on television. I'm very engaged. For us to get 500,000 people, what I thought you want to say is people that are in the remote area, they will not have access to the thing. And
that's why I said a lot of people don't even know it
so
exists.
That's what I now say this to the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Agriculture. We are targeting people that are on internet. We are not targeting those farmers that are not on internet for one reason. They have no option. They have to farm. But you see, those on the internet, they are looking for white-collar jobs. So we are trying to mechanize, simplify, automate, and of course, digitalize agriculture in a way that they can go into it seamlessly. So if you go to the website, you see all of these things. I'm not saying it's going to be created. It has been created, right? But
what I wanted to say is I agree for those on the internet, but those, they're already on ground.
Yes,
so
working.
we're supposed to enhance them because they already have that passion.
Yes.
So
what should we do?
To uplift them, not just it's those that are...
I want to respond. I already get that. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture is doing that.
Okay.
This is a presidential initiative solely to encourage young people into agriculture. That statistics is so terrible that out of 150 million young people, less than 20 million share interest in agriculture, but all the 150 million share interest in the product of agri, which is food. You want to take shawarma, you want to take pizza, you want to take burger, you want to take rice, But where it's coming from? No interest. So it is also expand to agricultural value chain, the production, the processing, the packaging, the storage, and of course, the distribution. So agriculture today is a main thing. If anybody wants to create job in Nigeria of today, agriculture is the first. And I will keep saying it. I've had this engagement not because we are here. The engagement took me to meet the former governor of KP State, who's currently, Minister of Budget and Economic Plan. We sat with him, and he asked a statement. He said, if this administration is going to create job, 60% has to come from agriculture, because the job is not there. You can't create automatic things of where doesn't exist. So all of us, first is about food. As you are living here now, some of us are hungry. If you have money, 2,000 in your pocket, instead of you to buy data, you first go and eat. Instead of you to do anything, you first go and eat. So we are trying to make agriculture possible everywhere. So you can do it. It is not something that you have to get big land. When you talk agriculture, you look at bush. No. What is happening to, livestock? What is happening to fish? So this is and I'm sure we are already talking something, though we are delayed and here to also see what we can do at the level of MAPA.
I think that was
yes. So this is the solutions we can, and we have to be sincere to ourselves. If we are looking for CBN job, NMPC job, all of these things, they are not going to be there. The population is too much. But we can go to agriculture and be richer. Let me shock you. Put it on the Google and still fact check it. There is a guy called Efe Ogo in Nigeria, in Abuja. Efe Ogo.
What's that?
That's his name, from Delta State. Efe Ogo is a guy. He's making more than $1 million in fish farming in Nigeria annually.
What kind of fish?
Fish, just fish feed.
Real fish?
Yes. Catfish. Just producing fish.
But he can't employ you.
Do you understand? So, nobody work in NNPC that can meet up $1 million income. Salary. You can't meet up. So, but some of people like him will sit down. If he comes here now, you first ask yourself, is he a governor? Because he's living, we have to use him as a model, because he's driving 2024 Range Rover, 2024 G-Wagon. He wants to show people that agriculture is the way. And it started gradually. He tried to, somebody will say here that he has money to invest in it, yes. But some people have the same money he has and spent it in the club. Lagos State Club made 4.6 billion during the December period. All right? And food industry made about 11 point something billion. That is the money that young people can invest into doing other things. So it is us. It is not about those who are in power. If those who are in power, have you asked yourself, take a book and read it. The story of Atiku, the story of Obasanjo, the story of Elumelu, the story of Dangote. They were not people helped by government. They were people that suffered. If you look at when they started, they were not helped. But look at where they are.
Some privileged ones.
So, but some people will feel that, if I don't have money, and the money some of these people have, young people have, that they started the business with, people squander it in clubs. People,
so, let me
thank you.
Yeah, no, you are not finished. How can they get finance?
Finance.
Funding.
For
the agric.
Okay, now thank you. That will make me to speak more about the agric. Yes. Now, what we are doing right now is not to give any young person $1 for agriculture, except stipend for you to live. What we are doing is, you cultivate the land for you. We give you the input. We give you the implement. We do everything you want to do. We'll monitor, give you an extension worker that's going to be monitoring what you are doing. So all the money you use to be needed is going to be material. You will only be taking stipend to survive yourself. Because what has happened is that when you give people loan for agric, they go and buy vehicle for Uber. And that's the end of it. So what we need to do with the young people is where is the land you want to do fishery? This is the poultry. This is the ponds. This is borehole. This is water. This is feeds that you need to be feeding your fish. You take it, there will be vendors. So anytime you need it, collect it. You cannot cook it and eat it. So by the time you are doing that, we will now look at your cost of production at the end of the day. All right? All the money you have been given, all the feeds you have been given, you will now go and sell your products. We will now withdraw back that money and you will reinvest the second one. Because if it's not profitable, there's not worth doing. The government, I don't know if we are aware, large percentage, more than 50% of government support projects, intervention has never succeeded in Nigeria. UN has not won many millionaires. Shopee doesn't have sure people that has money. There are a lot of these art has come like that. So there must be a divide. And the thing is that responsibility, feeding, all of these things. And those, excuse me, I'm going to learn. And we are using, as we speak, university lands across Nigeria, technical colleges across Nigeria as farms. And we're deploying the young people to go there. They're close to it. I'm sure before the end of this month, land clearing will start, right? So people can know where it is. I'm only saying practical thing. So if we are finding it difficult, I established myself 7 years ago, 2 youth development centers. I'm turning them to farms now because young people are not ready for all those things. It's a practical thing I'm saying. I was giving them, go put it online, rand.ng, you see them. I saw graduates, you see all what is it. We are giving them accommodation. We are training them for free. You only bring food from your house to be eating. We camp them, yet they are not interested. They will be leaving the place, jumping the fence, going and be doing things that they originally came for. I don't want to mention. So it becomes issue. How do we get young people? So it behoves on all of us to be the first good model. I'm a good model of young Nigerians, and I'm saying it. And then we can be. What do they know us for? What do we do? Can they hold us accountable before we can start talking about others? The government itself, money who is government? They are product of us anyways, but the money that has been thrown out are not accounted for. Not because the president or the governor are spending it, but even the people that they put to just be leader youths, like Chris, to take care of other youths, have squandered those funds. And many of them are ending up in jail and also for us, the solution, the first step is what you are doing. Having conversation around it. What you don't know, thank you. Let's clap for, you deserve more. If you don't clap, say so
I can see some people not clapping for me.
So, it is the first thing to have conversation around it.
Yes.
How many people are calling young people together, having interest, leaving their time to even know what is your issue? And it's a major problem. People just feel, a honorable member I don't want to mention, told me, and when I went to contest for election, I saw the truth. He said, why do you need to be talking to youth before election? You don't need them. During the election, whether you talk to them for 10 years or for 5, during the election, it's anybody that gives them money, they will follow. They don't even care whether you have been talking to them for years. And if that perspective does change, what do you think will happen? If somebody has given you for years, an election comes, you say, the mindset of an average voter at the day of election is, where is my card? How much APC they pay? How much PDP they pay? They don't even care again who is on the ballot. And if we continue that, we will continue to produce leaders that will care less about us. So, for us, these are the basis. Mom, I'm saying it, the first solution is talk around it. If not talk around it, things will continue as if things are normal. And there will be no solution. But I want to end up like, it's what I said the last time again. When Barack Obama went to see Nelson Mandela in the hospital before he died, he said, I came to Africa to meet this man because this man has shown the world that the ability of a single man can shake the whole world. So how much more if the ability of a single man, when Mandela was arrested, Nigeria went on strike. Zimbabwe, countries, they were throwing strike because of one man fighting because they saw that this man has integrity. And when he became president, they said, oh, you should go for second. I said, no, I'm old. Let another person take it. I don't want second term. And that is somebody in Africa. So how much more you and I, if we can put our heads together, we are serious and not thinking about what we can get. We can't do it with hungry stomach. So first, as a young person, we must be productive. If not, we'll go to a place where they are sharing money and we'll forget about our dreams. So, Mom, seriously, I appreciate this. And I believe everybody does. You are the one doing the right thing. This is what people should be doing. You didn't strive to be Minister of Youth, but you're already doing the job. So to take care of...
My hands are up. I'm not looking for position. My hands are up.
So this is what we need to do around you. I will believe that this will be more amplified. People will hear us to see that what we are doing, and then we can have more people. We are ready anytime. I've made some statement volunteer for people. As you see there, if you apply, people will see it, and then we can... but don't wait. It's a program that will not say, Mr. Charles, I've applied. My name will not come out. No. We are doing it based on when you apply, you don't need to know anybody. Because if once you start knowing anybody, you have keyed the system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul is supposed to talk about about this renewable energy, solar something, the opportunities that are there.
Mama, I was also tell you that there's a guy I met here the last time I came. I'm already working on CNG with them. This is where we met.
Yeah, I remembered.
So
When I said he should stick to you.
yeah, the hot meeting about. So that's one of the solutions that he has something on the table. But he brought about other 7 guys that I met on CNG.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for coming and thank you for the discussion. I hope with what we have discussed, it will help a lot of people and it will change a lot of people. And I hope we have gone on. We are now going home with a lot of lessons. I have learned a lot, and I know a lot of people too have learned a lot. I hope this will be part of the solution we are looking for, and I hope from this place onward we'll finish what we're doing. And I hope this will open a lot of doors for a lot of people. And I don't want a situation whereby we say we just have a discussion and there is no solution. I hope we will sit one day for another solution of what is going on and how we're going to take off and where it will end. I hope the youths will learn more from this our discussion. And I hope you will have a different way of looking at what you are doing with the society. I hope you can reach those that people look down on and those that people think are hopeless. I hope they will become some people that will look up to. And opportunity, David, don't go for opportunity for people that are looking for a job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.